I'm a little teapot, bloody and cut. Here is my handle, here is my butt. Put a little bomb in a hot-ass damsel. Blow stuff up and make people die. Whoops.
Bitch!
Oh, snap, son!
Okay, let's do the second battle from the player. Okay, we can do that. And remember the last, I don't know, hour, half hour, something like that, we're going to do a ranked chat where we go into a voice server, probably going to be the Community World of Warships one. It's just a little bit easier that way. And we'll talk a little bit about the state of ranked and how it's going and stuff like that. And what's working, what's not. Meant to be a little bit of a therapy session sometimes for people, that sort of thing. And just look how beautiful this ship is in the sunlight. Gorgeous. Once again, standard consumables. Alright, take a look at this. This is unique in that we have ourselves a carrier game. So I personally always dodge the queue. As soon as I see carriers in the queue, I back out, because the last thing I want to do is deal with those carriers. It's just because there's such a skill disparity often that one team ends up with a significant advantage and the other ends up without one. So just putting that out there. Bismarck, Amagi, all of which, again, your HE can penetrate, no problem. Baltimore, Chapayev, Z23. Z23 can be a little sneaky bugger, so you have to watch out for them. You've got Hydro, so you can possibly counter at least the torps or detect them, so that's good. You've got an Ognivoy on your team. Wow, David, I'm sorry, but why Ognivoy? Anyway, and you've got a Cleveland on your team, which is good. He's got radar. Baltimore and Chapayev both have radar, though, so the enemy team has 2 radars and 1 decent Hydro, to your team's 1 radar and 2 decent hydros. So you're at a bit of a disadvantage here. Hello, Caligula, how are you? Now, I like where you're going here, by the way. You're not going to camp behind an island. You're going off into the area where you can try to prevent their flank push and stuff. That's a good move for a ship like this. Although generally speaking, I would say, especially with there being carriers, in the game you want to stay a little bit closer to your teammates. You want to be careful not to go too far off on your own. Nice thing is that you've got your ship goes 32 knots and the 2 Bismarcks behind you go 30. So you're automatically going to stay close to them. There are some cruisers though, and you see it sometimes where they just jump out and get way ahead of people, and that becomes an issue. Wow, congratulations, 50 subscriber. Camos are pretty sweet. I actually use that to help me grind my my Worcester ultimate module in ranked. Yeah, they have really good bonuses. And it's really useful if you don't have a lot of time and you want to grind your 3rd container or something like that. Pop it in and go for it. I think it's 150% to XP, 50% to Commander XP, and 100% to free XP. Alright, so let's leave it as it is then. Fine. Thank you for that suggestion, SAT. Appreciate it. Now, as we're watching here, you can see that your Shokaku is coming with you. The enemy team is pretty much balled up. The Ognivoy did a sweet job capping C-cap behind the safe island. Very smart. Let's go kind of fly over there and see what's going on in the battle. The Cleveland, as you can see, is getting farmed. Obviously went way too far up, so you know he's about to die. Ta-da! Your North Carolina, I don't like his position. If he really wants to bow in and stuff, he should be up against this island here. This Bismarck has seen what's going on. He's realized that pretty much everybody except for the destroyer has hung out back here at the cap. So he's getting back into the action, which is good. I think that's awesome. Bismarck. Okay, good. You're popping your plane now. You know that the destroyer is coming around, probably. Although I don't know if I would have popped the plane until I got spotted. You could pop it now, though. I mean, you've got 6 minutes of coverage, so. And here's why the Cleveland dying is so important in this game. The Cleveland, of course, has defensive fire, and North Carolina does not. So we're going to see the North Carolina go down here. He's on double fires. He takes 2 torps, PCPs, which means in 20 seconds. He's going to be set back on fire again, and then you're going to be down 2 ships. He's firing HE, looks like. Carrier's going to set him on fire. This is the most frustrating part about playing carrier and ranked, is when your teammates don't adjust their gameplay because there's a carrier involved. They simply play the way they normally would. Without the carrier, what the North Carolina was doing was probably pretty smart. But with the carrier, we saw the torque bombers come in from the side, nail him, force the DCP and stuff. Here comes the fire, and that's a sticky fire. Now he's got 2 fires, and we're gonna watch his hit points just melt away. Oh! You found the Z-23. Carrier helped to spot, which is good. Let's get on in the action. Enderland, he dodged the destroyer torps, did he? Okay, I didn't see that. Your torpedoes will not reach the Zed. I wouldn't worry about that. Oh! Shokaku, good job. Cross drop into the smoke, and that's it. So now, you get to capture a point all by yourself, and basically hope that your team doesn't die in the process. The Ognavoy is doing a decent job of surviving for right now. You just torped in the smoke again. He's dead. See? He's dead. He's dead, Jim! You don't have to worry about him. Bismarck is coming up with you. This Bismarck down south really should be getting a little more aggressive, but c'est la vie. I think your Shokaku is a little bit too far away, but you can't control him. Bismarck in the center is getting farmed because he's in there. He's telling you there's nothing in the smoke, which is good. Good communication by the carrier. I'm going to test something here. Is the game still going? Yes, good. Okay. So since I can do this, maybe what I can do is pull up my Twitch stream on my main monitor. There we go. I can do that. Okay. So one of the benefits, I guess, to doing this in windowed mode. So I can see what you guys are doing without looking at my laptop. So that's exciting. Yay. Got to concentrate on the little things, right? Spotted by plane, so you have to watch out. Although it looks like he's going to be going for the Bismarck. Yeah. And of course the Bismarck is probably going to die here. Once again, in the carrier battle, please don't go off on your own if you're a battleship. Cruisers can get away with it a little bit more easily, because typically we see that carrier players will ignore cruisers, especially ones that could be mounting defensive fire like you. Oh, wow. Alright, no problem, Ender. Thanks for joining in and hanging out. So here's where you should be opening up. You've got range on... No, don't turn south, turn north. Good. Open up. And what you want to do is you need to turn around as soon as possible. And, I mean, hey, the Shokaku is spotted. Maybe you can shoot him. But keep yourself ready to turn if it feels like you're being shot at by a lot of people. You don't have priority target. We figured that out from the last battle. So, at this point, you just have to hope that these battleships are poor shots. And and or you're able to keep your angle into all of them. So far you can, because these battleships are all in the same spot, so that's exciting. The other thing is you can feel free to vary your speed. Looks like you just switched to 3/4. Smart, good job. And your Bismarck is still alive. Woo! That's amazing. No, the carrier did not stagger torpedoes. The carrier did a complete alpha strike, and that was his fault. Probably panicked, worrying about the fact that the team is losing and needs to make a big play, that sort of thing. Alright, so you switched to AP, 2 bounces, should tell you everything you need to know. You should be firing HE right now. Ognavoy, what is the Ognavoy doing? He is getting farmed. Your aim is too low on the Bismarck. If you want to use AP, I'm gonna pause in a sec as soon as you scope in. Pause. Look where you're aiming. You should be aiming up here. You should be aiming at his upper armor belt and or his superstructure if you want AP penetrations. See? Look at that. You had a better roll that way. And yeah, AP can be fine at this. It's just, you know, I don't know. It's really situational. If he starts turning, you know, German AP is so finicky. You need to have like all of the right factors just pop in at the same time to make it work. Magi is taking an interest to you now. Using your first heal, which is fine. No, Ender, don't apologize, man. The reason why you guys are here is so you can provide your input as well. And I think that's important. There isn't one way to play this game. Some people believe there is. There is not. Alright, so you know the Shokaku was here. It might be a good idea now to switch to HE and head straight for him. The Amagi is out of your range. I don't know what you're shooting at there. Ah, there he is. So, you know, if you had HE loaded, you could be doing things. There you go. Yep, and I would agree. I would ask the CV to spot as well. Communication, we haven't seen you speak at all in Ranked yet. It might be a good idea to get your voice heard. However, I can understand if this is a new game mode, you're not sure, you don't want to rock the boat, etc., etc. I get it. You should be aiming a little bit higher at this point. He is turning away and probably going to be speeding up. Good job seeing the torpedo bombers and predicting. No need to use your hydro because you know he's going to drop and you know you're going to see the torps. That's fine still. Are you going to dodge him? Looks like you're going to dodge them. Nope. But no flood. LOL. DCP, bad idea. No, that was a bad idea. That was a very bad idea. Slow down, and you can dodge these. Slow down, slow down, slow down. You're not. Nope. Flooding, watch this. Oh my goodness. RNG smiles upon thee. Switch to torps does show up in the replays, Ender, so yes, that's a more advanced tactic. Yes, you could switch to torpedoes to see if the carrier is moving and how fast he's moving. But you could also just kind of anticipate and expect, right? I mean, you know that's what the carrier is going to do. Your Shokaku has managed to pull an Austin Powers maneuver. I don't know how or why, but you know. Yeah, there was no point in DCPing there. Good heal, nice. And here's where I bet you wish you had that third heal from Premium Consumables. Because you would be able to survive so much more. See, only one hit that time. He's moving away at full speed. You need to be aiming up here, up higher. Your aim is way too low. Again, aiming up higher. Zoom in and watch where your shells go. You're not watching your shells hit. There you go, now you are. But get in the habit of doing that. It gives you an idea of, you know, what your aim is like. I disagree. I don't think that they were going to lose the game necessarily, and they still can win it. It really depends on the carrier and what the carrier is going to do with his planes. You can see the player is dropping on the Bismarck. Going for AP now, by the way, is a good idea in general because, one, he popped his DCP, so he's immune to fires for 30 seconds, and two, you need to get him down as quickly as possible. Nice dodge. Nice kill. Okay, so all that needs to happen now, really, is one more kill on this side. Unfortunately, let's see if we can see what the Shokaku's doing. I like that you launched your plane here. That's really helpful. He'll shoot down the torp bombers so you don't get detected. At this point, I would wait a little bit and not get yourself spotted. That's a full health Baltimore, so that's going to be a problem. Unfortunately, we're too far away. You're not able to see what's going on this side of the match. However, we can see the carrier is spotted and going down. Had the carrier not gotten stuck there and actually been farther away, this easily could have been a win for your team. Again, why I dislike carriers in ranked, because even good players get themselves into bad situations from now and that, and then boom, there you go. Now you need to get in, and now you better hope that your Bismarck can make a kill or do something. Yeah, their battleships didn't go into A. I think they were too busy trying to keep an angle to the Bismarck, and that sort of thing. But at this point, I mean, you've done a lot of damage. You've gotten 2 full base caps. Hopefully that means you've saved your star, because you're probably going to lose. But we'll see. Bismarck is now broadsiding 2 battleships and a cruiser, so that's probably not good. And yes, Leopard, that's correct. He does have a long running time, so that's why it's so useful to use, especially if you run the double catapult commander perk, because then you've got 2 of them going, and you can just kind of keep a whole area lit far longer than radar. Now you're opening up here. Be careful with that, because by doing so you're exposing your citadel. Three bounces. You're aiming a little bit too low there. He's too angled to you. And right about now, if you would have had that other consumable, that would have really helped. Now's a good up. Too late now, but I was gonna say you also could have switched to if you had Hydro, Premium Hydro, you could spot him, and you could have slowed down there. Maybe try to torp him as he comes around the island or something like that. Regardless, it is what it is.